Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski has a lot to speak to after Shador Sanders' second start, so let's see what he has to say about the team as a whole. And then after that, we have some time to listen to offensive coordinator Tommy Reese.
Down there at our stadium in front of our fans, guys are excited, know that we have to play our best, and that's obviously our focus. I thought we've had a good work week so far. Guys are focused, really pleased with the work, and then got some finishing touches, obviously, next couple days before we get down there. I do want to just make mention of Grant Delpit being the Cleveland Browns Walter Payton Man of the Year. Very, very deserving for Grant. I've gotten to see Grant come in here as a young player and mature on the field, off the field, and what he brings to this football team really is immeasurable. On the field, the physicality with which he plays, he is a DNA match for who we are, just embodies who we are on the field. And then off the field, same. Just the person that he is. He knows the platform that he has in this community, and he takes it seriously. So I applaud Grant. I think it's a great honor for him and his family. But with that, I'll take any questions.
And to Mason, and what's the outlook for him?
Yeah, obviously had an injury there. Not sure if it happened in
Mason
the game,
Graham,
but
by the
started
way,
to feel it. So we're treating it, and we'll see how it goes over the next 48.
There's three guys from the D-line that are questionable. You already lost Malik. How do you feel about the depth there, and optimistic about some of those guys being up?
Yeah, have to see. Obviously, this is what happens in the NFL. You get into your depth. Sometimes it happens over the course of a month or sometimes in a week, whatever it may be. So we'll see how those guys respond over the next 48, like I said, and we'll go from there.
And just with Jack out, just what does that mean, and who will start for him?
Yeah, we'll have KT at right tackle, Tevin at right guard. Really, how we finished in the game. So feel good about those guys.
So just so y'all know, obviously KT Livingston is going to be in for right tackle. So the starting right tackle is out. And then the right guard, Wyatt Teller, as we know, was benched last game. And now he had a suspicious calf injury. Again, this is the same right guard in which gave Shedeur a lot of praise, a lot of opportunities and things like that. So a lot of people seem to be questioning why that is. And on top of that, Wyatt Teller was also the guard who graded out the highest on that last game. So a lot of people were interested in speculating on what's going on there. But
like KT has developed, though. I mean, he's been kind of thrown into the mix a lot over the course of the season.
Yeah, we got KT later in the process. Obviously, wasn't with us through the spring and the summer, but has played meaningful snaps for us. Somebody that we trust, brings a great physicality to the game, so fits in well.
Aaron's the guy that's been with you guys for a while. You guys have elevated him here and there. How have you seen him stay ready for his moment, and what are you looking forward to seeing from him should his number be called often?
Yeah, Sam's done a terrific job since he's been here of providing great value to this football team. When he plays, when he's out there at practice, he's an outstanding practice player for us, and he's given us incredible looks. Our offense he's given them incredible looks, just how competitive he is in these type of periods. And then when we've had him up in games, he's made plays, including in the last one. So he's a really valuable member of our group.
Shedeur on Wednesday, he felt like he saw what he needed to see on Sunday, but didn't always let it go. Right? Was hesitant to rip it for whatever reason. So how do you get him kind of past that hurdle where he feels just completely comfortable doing it?
Yeah, I think it's just a natural maturation of young players. Certainly quarterbacks getting that feel for some of those looks that you're seeing for the first time. And you try to replicate those looks in practice and make it as full speed and realistic as you can be. And then sometimes you get to the game and it's just that game speed. So I think he's doing a nice job of operating the offense. And I knowing the person and knowing the player, I have no concerns about him letting it rip, quote unquote.
Hey, and I like that. We already, reacted to Shedeur, and, the big thing was, the thing that I wanted to point out was that, look, as much as people like to hate on Shedeur, right? Shedeur is pretty self-aware. Shedeur takes accountability. Shedeur sat in that meeting room and said, hey, the same thing that all the pundits have been saying all this week. Hey, Shedeur, you got to hit this pass. Hey, Shedeur, you can't hold on to the ball too long. Hey, Shedeur, if you see it, you got to hit that window. Shedeur stood in front of the mics and said, hey, I need to be better. I need to rip it. I need to do those different things. So it's good to hear from Kevin Stefanski. Obviously, the relationship has been a bit spotty. This is just by other people's accounts, right? NFL players saying it, outside of the building saying it, X, Y, Z. So, it's great to at least get some positive reinforcement from your head coach and know that, hey, you're in a good spot. He even said, like, hey, knowing who he is, knowing the person and the player, shouldn't be a problem. So I'm very excited, if we were to think that this confidence is 100% true, I think there's going to be a lot more positive things coming.
Full week under your belt with Deshaun. How did he look out there physically?
Yeah, did a nice job. Again, proud of him, happy that he's out there with his teammates, and he did a nice job.
Is that just like a residual from his recovery with the knee, or is it a new thing?
Yeah, just something happened yesterday at practice, but he's battling. Okay, thanks, guys.
And here we got Tommy Reese speaking about the offense and different things. We're not going to be here too long.
All good. Ready to roll.
So how did Shedeur progress from his first start to his second start?
Yeah. Took care of the football, there throughout the game, which is a positive, something that with young players you stress. I thought operationally it was cleaner. As he gets more comfortable, more reps, more opportunities in and out of the huddle, communicating at the line of scrimmage. Felt like we had more time at the line of scrimmage to get some things called up front. So, I think ownership of the system, ownership of what we're asking him to do, making good decisions, I thought there was some progression there for sure.
He talked after the game Friday again and again yesterday about building trust with his receivers. How long should that take?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a set timetable on that. Obviously, every rep you get, every opportunity you get to throw routes on air, see things in practice. For young players, the first time, every time you see something could be the first time. So I think all those reps add up, and I think there's a natural progression here as they continue to work together. That trust will be built, and it's really, getting on the same page and seeing things the same way so that things can become second nature for them on the field.
But then does frustration build as we saw Jerry Jeudy
Right.
kind of yelling at him on the sideline?
Yeah, it's a competitive game. That's behind us at this point. I don't have any concern about their relationship, where they are, being on the same page. I think, look, everybody's competitive, wants to, play well and win games and do things the right way. So, that's something they've had a conversation on that's completely behind us and moving forward.
You know what the disagreement was about, like what play it was on there?
Yeah, I don't want to get into all the specifics there, except for the fact that it's a competitive environment, competitive game, and those guys have handled it, and we're all moving together on the same page.
It sounded like yesterday when Shedeur was talking, he said he thought he was seeing things well, but maybe not trusting enough to let it rip
Right.
on some of the throws. Did you notice that?
Yeah, there's certainly some opportunities he probably wants back, and that's going to happen with a young player. You're seeing things, and things are moving quicker than you're used to. And, every rep he gets, every opportunity he gets, he's going to get more and more comfortable. There's always going to be plays you want back. I think we had some things there that you felt like you had some opportunities to hit, and those are coachable moments for a young quarterback. Those are opportunities to point out, like, hey, this is what open looks like, or this is the defender that our eyes need to be on, and, trust that you're going to make this throw. And, in the same vein, he makes a lot of those plays too. So it's building comfort across the game plan, across the concepts, across the coverages he could see, to make sure that we can maximize all the opportunities we have. But he's done a nice job of throughout, the week of communicating and seeing things. And, hey, I need another rep of this because I want to see it again. Like, all those points are really positive and moving in the right direction.
I love to hear that, right? And again, it kind of goes back to my earlier point about, like, y'all can call Shedeur whatever you want. You can say he's bad at football. Y'all can say you have that opinion. But, trying to label him as someone who's not working hard, asking the right questions, and putting himself in the best place to be successful, then you probably haven't just been watching closely enough. So I'm very excited about this Sunday against Cam Ward. Obviously, they were supposed, both friends throughout. the collegiate career. They were supposed to be going 1-2. At least they thought that was supposed to happen. So it's gonna be a great time in a great situation. So comment down below how you feel about all of this, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.